Taurus, 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 happy birthday, you guys. I have a bunch of wonderful friends that are Tauruses. My niece who I love, Nunu. Nunu is, she'll be turning, 12? Oh my God. On the 15th, stubborn like a Taurus. Can't tell her nothing. Knows everything like a Taurus. Grounded and centered like a Taurus. And it's crazy because I think she was supposed to be a Gemini, but she came early. So, Nunu, happy birthday. I love you, I love you, I love you so much. When I first started talking about doing my YouTube channel, she was like, TT, do it. TT, do it. And she was my first, oh my God, I'm gonna get choked up. She was my first subscriber. That's my baby. I'm so appreciative. And I love you so much. Happy birthday. I know every now and then you check my videos. You're not supposed to because TT, I know I curse way too much. And I know you're always telling me that God is looking at me. But I love you. And I just want to say happy birthday. And happy birthday to all the other wonderful Tauruses in my life. I wish you guys the best. So, Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Let me get myself together. Who knew that my Nunu was going to be what broke me down? But let me get myself together. Happy, happy birthday, and let's get into it. This is going to be your May reading, Taurus. So let's see what we got going on for you guys. Taurus, 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 Spirit. Messages for Taurus. I'm going to shuffle these cards first. Clear. Taurus, I definitely feel there's moves that are going to be coming in. Now, there's delays because we know that the virus has kind of thrown everything a little bit off. For some of you, do not worry though, because I feel like there's a lot of unnecessary stress, and it's because your plans are kind of being hijacked. And I know for some of you, when you make plans, you really want them to go the way that they're going. But I do feel like there's moves that are going to be coming in for you. Some of you, this is going to be involving relocations. Now, I even think we saw this last month where some of you are going to be packing up and moving somewhere else. And I think for a lot of you, it's either there's a change of scenery or you want to be someplace that is more progressive with growth. And this could be behind jobs and things like that too. I do feel like there's a clean slate that's coming in where a lot of you are having like some type of life change where it's like, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to do something different. I'm opening this door up for a new adventure. So I keep feeling like something brand new is going to be opening up for a few of you. Now, some of you are going to be looking into side hustles within this month. I do feel like some of them may be a little bit different than what you normally will deal with. Say if you go to church and you're all into praising Jesus and everything, some of you might be starting some type of sex toy business or something, because I feel like there's going to be like people looking at you like, we didn't expect that. So be open-minded, but I feel like for some of you, you're going to be getting like some type of side hustle that may be coming in, and you may have some judgment behind it from a few people. I definitely feel entrepreneurship. So I feel like if you are already having your business, some of you are going to be promoting, marketing, doing something new with it. I keep getting like new beginnings. So maybe you're changing your background or your layout. If you are, on YouTube or social media, I feel like let's switch it up. Let's do something different to get something going in a different direction. So there could be a change of perception, change in background, the structure of your business, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Now, I do get going back to school. For a few of you, this is completing an education. If you're not going to be completing an education, I feel like for some, you're going to start teaching. Maybe you're some type of spiritual advisor or some life coach or some guru or something out there, but I feel like I'm going to share my knowledge with people. So I feel like there is this thing of learning, sharing. So for some of you, you could be taking classes, like some people are taking that $25 life coach certification, and then 2 weeks later they're out here and they got 100 clients and they're doing it. So for some of you, you may be getting certified in something and then turning around and teaching and making money off of it. Taurus, 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 Taurus. I definitely feel like even now that things are going slow, some of you are going to be bringing in some extra money, possibly a new job that is coming in. I do get some depression though. And right now it makes sense, but for some of you, if it doesn't have anything to do with the coronavirus, I feel like you might just be going through this phase. I get chronic depression, where it's kind of like a roller coaster. For some of you, this quarantine and everything that's happening is kind of putting you off. But I do feel for a few of you that you normally deal with depression, and this is a cycle, and it's temporary. It's like you're going to come out of it, but it's something that kind of keeps reoccurring. Now, Spirit is saying if you can't get a handle of it, and it's time to go look at a doctor. Maybe there's some medication or some therapy that's needed, especially if you've been suffering with it for a while, Taurus. Don't put yourself through that if you can get help. I am getting it hasn't been quite easy for a few of you, so maybe last month, and I think for a lot of people, was just a fuck fest. So for some, it's just like, when are we going to get to smoother waters? When are we going to come to easier time? And I feel like May and June are going to be easier times for you. I feel like something just starts to kind of fall in place, and you're like, okay, I don't feel so overwhelmed, or I don't feel like I got to do everything. Because for some of you, you're taking care of home, a business, you got kids, you might be a deacon at the church. Some of you are overloading your plate to the point where it's just almost like, okay, I got to take a step back. And I feel like for some, it's because your family is like, you know what, you do too much. You do too much. You going here, there, whatever, and you're not giving me my attention. So some of you may be feeling like people around you are like, okay, slow down, acknowledge me. Some of you may be dealing with some family issues because of that, because of your energy. I am getting some spiritual growth, so I feel like there is connections with spirit, communication. Some of you may be even starting a spiritual business, or you could be connecting with a spiritual mentor. I do get new abilities or gifts that are opening up. Some of you, I feel like you may, even if you are in the spiritual community, you may start having some problems with clients. I get miscommunication or lack of communication. So be really clear about what your services are, what you do, so people know exactly what they're getting into. This may even go across the board to any other job, but I get miscommunication with people around you that you possibly are exchanging money with. Taurus, 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 Taurus. There is some jealousy, Taurus, coming at you, and I think for some of you, it's because you are expanding. Some of you may be working with a group. Not everybody in your group is on your side. I do feel like there's some conflict that's going to be coming your way. Some of you are thinking about moving away from a business or a relationship, and you want to be independent. You don't want to live with somebody. You don't want to work with somebody. You want to kind of go off on your own. But you may be having a hard time breaking away from that particular person or people. Taurus, 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 Taurus. Let's see what we got. All right, so we got the Three of Wands. We have the Tower. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Eight of Blades. The Sun card. The Magician. Four of Swords or Four of Blades. Nine of Coins. Knight of Cups. Let's see. Four of Wands. There's that move. Judgment. Somebody may be like, you don't need to go there. Oh, but it may be for a job. Ace of Coins. And let's see one more, Spirit. Ooh, 10 of Coins. Money coming in, Taurus. All right, Taurus. So, first thing that I get is a warning. Now, this could be on your vehicle. Watch your tires. Make sure your air and everything is good. That your whatever checkup, anything that you need to do on your vehicle, Spirit is saying that you need to go ahead and check your vehicle, because there could be a small problem that grows into a bigger problem. Now, I do feel like there is something that is coming in with making some type of connection with businesses or partnerships. Before you sign anything, make sure that everything is above board, because I'm getting some of you may be opening up a business with someone, going into business with someone, or joining in with other people, and you may feel like everything is moving forward. That Tower moment is showing me that some of you may be having a problem with people that you work with or deal with. So this could be workplace issues that somebody's trying to block you or stop you from moving forward, or somebody's trying to rewrite something. So if you are going into business with somebody, Taurus, Make sure that you understand what you're signing. Go ahead and invest in a lawyer, somebody who can look over a contract before you sign, because I feel like some of you may put your name on a piece of paper and then end up getting fucked behind it because you didn't understand that this person is going to take more than what they said that they were going to take. Now, if this is not signing something for entrepreneurship or starting a business, for some of you, I feel like you could be working with somebody that is trying to sabotage you at work. Almost like they're talking behind your back, or they're trying to cause problems, and it's because they don't want to see you progress. So it's almost like somebody's trying to put you in some type of little bubble, like, I'm going to watch you and I know you're working well, but I don't want you to surpass me. So there's some type of jealousy or envy that's going on with you in a job situation, Taurus. So watch your back with the people that you're dealing with. I do feel like there's a side hustle that's coming in. You could be working with people that are younger with you. Now, Knight of Cups, I read this one like an energy. I feel like you have some energy that's coming in where it's like, okay, I need to go ahead and make some extra money, so I'm going to branch off and do this. So I feel like some of you may already have a stable business, but you could be looking at, or either a stable job, but you could be looking at, can I make some extra money this way? Or can I do this? Or can I turn this hobby into some money? Now, this could be going on right now because we got a lot of people that are at home and they're discovering, I can do this from my house, or I can do this business, or somebody even hip them up to, okay, you could do this from your home. So I feel for some of you, you may be doing something where you're going to be either working from home a little bit more, or you got a little side gig that you're trying to, build up. Maybe you already have something, but you're like, I'm going to start this other business and try to build it up. Taurus, I get for some of you, there's multiple opportunities that are coming in for like side money, side hustle. Some of you could be auto detailing. Some of you may have to do with animals or pets. Some I'm getting a little building, so you could be trying to find a little commercial building to start some type of business. But it is a side hustle. He has some money in his hand, so he's getting paid. He's getting paid for what he does. Now, I do feel like there may be some type of judgment or ridicule over something that you're trying to do. Like I said before, maybe you're trying to start a business and it's a little bit different or out there than what people would expect for you to do. Whatever it is, it's going to be your side hustle. Don't let somebody limit you on what you can do or what you should do. Now, we got the Eight of Blades, and that's normally self-imposed fears. Like, we got a woman that is like, I got to get out. That's how a lot of us are feeling right now. The dog is howling. The baby is crying. Now, see, if you take that baby and put a cat in there, that's my situation. The dog is howling. They got to go pee. The cat is meowing because he's hungry. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We need a break. We need a break. Some of you, self-imposed fear is like this woman literally, I would say that she could climb out the window, but I don't think that's a good idea. She looks like she's high. But there is a phone that is floating right there in the window. It's like, call somebody, reach out for help. So for some of you, if you are stuck in a situation where you feel like there's a lack of progress, you have change that's possibly coming in, because we got to move. And for some of you, this is a move to go somewhere else, get a job somewhere else. But some of you are like, I'm scared. I don't know if I should walk away from this. And I feel like for a few of you, you've been putting this off way too long. So I feel like Spirit is pushing you. Like, come on, you've been doing this. We've been talking about this for 2 years. Get your ass up. Relocate. It ain't popping where you at no more. Go somewhere where it's popping. So I feel for some of you, Spirit is like, it's time for you to do something different. You need to come out of this. And I think a lot of you are scared. So maybe some of you are thinking about starting a side hustle or a business or moving, and it's like, I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know if I can do it. This person seems overwhelmed. So I will say with Eight of Swords, Eight of Blades, that's normally self-imposed. Like, you can come out of it. There could be depression. It could be anxiety. But for some of you, you may be struggling with it. Now, we know that depression, anxiety is very, very real. That's why I'm not making fun of it. I've done it, been there. It's not an easy thing to break out of. I still get in these moments where this self-imposed fear comes in, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Come on. Do it. Do that shit. And then, I talk myself out of it. So I completely understand. But I do feel for some of you, you're going to be dealing with that, and Spirit is saying that you need to move forward. If you can't do it by yourself, then you need to reach out for somebody who can help you. Now, we do have the Magician, Some of you could be spiritual people, spiritual advisors. You may be a magical person. You may be a magician. This is showing somebody who needs a vacation. Like, I'm tired. I need to go somewhere. I need to do something. Now, we know that we're not going anywhere right now. They're slowly opening things back up. Please take your time getting back out there. Just trust me on that, okay? Take your time. Use your mask. Use your disinfectant. Take your time. But I do feel for some of you, as soon as you do get the green light, it's like, I gotta go take a vacation. Now, I feel like for some of you, you may have people around you that are asking you, let's go. Let's go. You know, you work too much. You do too much. Let's go. So I do feel like that some of you are definitely trying to get away. You may even have family or friends that are trying to push you a little bit. Some may be calling you a workaholic. You put in too much energy into what you're doing. You need to get away. Some of you, though, I feel like this may even be a solo trip, though. Like, yeah, I want to go, but I don't want to go with you. So some of you may even be thinking about leaving somebody behind. Like, I need to go on a spiritual journey, but it needs to be by myself. Now, this could be actually going somewhere. This could be somebody saying, let me meditate in my sacred room and give me some privacy so I can get my peace of mind. Whatever it is with this card, and we got 9 of coins. Normally it's entrepreneurship, being independent. But I feel like somebody's basically saying, I want to be alone. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Give me my time. Give me my time. So this could be somebody working on a ritual, working on some type of sacred spiritual journey. But this is somebody saying, I need some time for myself. And it may not be with other people around. I do feel with the magician, some of you may even be delving a little bit more into your spell work. You got a snake around your foot. So this could be your friend, this could be an enemy. So if you do practice and you dibble and dabble, watch your back. Watch your back, because you could have a snake in the midst. We do see some conflict with people around you. So some of you may be dealing with some energy where you're feeling attacked. And you may have other people that are coming at you. This magician, even though he's in broad daylight, looks like he's burying something. We don't know what the hell he put in there. Personal concerns. You know, it could be some spell work. Maybe you doing this to some people. I keep getting graveyard work. So somebody, you may be going to the graveyard. You may be having somebody go to the graveyard on you. Now, of course, will not apply to everybody, because I know people get a little antsy when we start talking about spell work. But for some of you, you need to watch your back. Either you being sneaky and shady, or you got somebody around you that's being sneaky and shady. Now, I do feel that there's a push towards practicing more. So if you are starting with a practice, or if you have a practice, I feel like you're going to try to open it more within the next few months, or even within this year, because they're showing something where it's like, I want to grow. Spiritually, I want to grow. Some of you may be going on some type of spiritual journey. If you've been working too much, it's time to take a trip, a vacation, pull back, slow down, because it's showing that for some of you, you're exhausted. You're putting too much in there. I don't see 10 of Wands where you're overwhelmed, and you may not feel like it, but I feel like people around you are like, you do too much. Slow down. Slow down. For some of you, though, you're so money driven right now. It's like, I want the money. I want the money. I don't want nobody else paying my bills. I don't want nobody telling me what to do. I want to be independent. I want to be able to do my own shit. I want this 10 of coins. So some of you are really pushing yourself hard because you want the money. Has nothing to do with spiritual growth or anything like that. It's just like, I want the fucking money. So I do feel that there's a need of independence that's coming in for some of you, where it's like, let me work hard. Let me do what I do. And I know I'm going to reap the rewards. And it looks like you are, because of the hard work that you're putting in towards. So for some of you, this is independence. This is starting your own company, your own business, whatever it is, and reaping the benefits of that money, because we got money pouring in. For a few of you, you may be starting a new job that pays really, really good money. For a few, there may be even relocation involved with this, where it's like, okay, you got to go somewhere else. We do have travel. 4 of Wands normally is about foundations, setting the foundations. For some, this could be getting married, getting proposed, planning a wedding. But I do get something with setting foundation with work, where I'm moving, and I'm moving because of a job opportunity. So you have new opportunities coming in with work, and it looks like the payoff is really, really good. It sets a really solid foundation for you, Taurus. For some of you, you may end up having to leave the place that you are to accomplish this. Now, I am getting judgment. with this, and we talked about this, I feel like some of you may be doing business with that is a little bit out of the ordinary, where people are looking at you. Some of you, you're planning on moving, and you may have somebody who's like, why do you want to move there? Why do you want to do this? I feel like for a few of you this month, you're going to feel like people are really looking at you. And I don't think it's just this month. I think you guys have been feeling this really for the last few years, where people are just kind of like, what you doing? Like, why are you doing that? I get a lot of confusion with people around you because they don't understand what your vision is. They're kind of going along with it to a certain point, but some of them are kind of like, I don't know. I don't know about you. So you may have some people that are talking to you and going, okay, what are we trying to do? If you're grown, you don't have to explain anything to these people. Just do it. Some of you, I feel like a job opportunity comes up, the move is coming in, and you're like, I'm going to do it. And you have family and friends that are going, why? Why are you doing this? You know, this is not the right time. Some of you may even have somebody who's proposing to you and saying, let's get married. And you may have family and friends that are not in agreement with that, Taurus. I am getting something with people questioning your decision, whether this is about money, a move, or love. You have somebody that is questioning your decision. And they're trying to make you feel guilty, or they're trying to manipulate you. So be really careful with the people that you're dealing with, that you're telling your stuff to, because some of these people don't want to see you move forward. They're really not happy for you, and they want you to kind of stay complacent. And for some of you, you don't want to. I feel like you've been holding yourself back, and it could be because of these self-imposed fears. Like, I want to do it, but I'm scared. I need to make a change, but I'm scared. I need to move, but I'm scared. So I do feel like some of you are having this conflict that's coming back and forth. You got to X this card out, Taurus. You got to X it out. You know, you can put a bottle in the baby's mouth, give the dog some food, go put some clothes on, and walk right out that door. The only thing stopping you from doing this is you. So it's not that you can't move forward. It's that a lot of you are scared and you're stuck and we have excuses. I want to, but I need to, but you know, I'm going to do it, but. So there's something where it's like you got to come out of that energy. You got to come out of that energy because you have opportunities that are waiting. We got money coming in. We got independence. So some of you need to start your business. You need to stop thinking about it, stop making excuses, and let's do it. For a few of you, you got a job that is coming in that's bringing in money. Maybe you don't want to leave your old job, but Spirit is saying you got opportunity that's coming in that brings in good money. For some, you may have to travel out for this. You may have to move somewhere else. Some of you may even be thinking about expanding a business somewhere else, but it's like, should I do it? I'm scared. But I keep getting entrepreneurship where I want to, you know, branch out and make more money, and I feel like I can. So I do. I get that there's a lot of energy that's like, do it, because you want this independence. I want to be able to pay my own bills. I want to get up and, you know, if I want to wake up at 12 o'clock and do my business and, you know, like I do. You know, you want to be able to have that freedom. Like I don't feel like, you know, reading today, so I'm not going to read today. You know, entrepreneurship has its pros for sure. It does have its cons because you can't get lazy with it. You can have your days and your moments, but for a lot of people that go into business, they're workaholics because it's like, okay, I gotta. Some of you want this independence. You're going to work for it, but you're going to have some people that are going to question it, and you're going to have some people that are going to be jealous. Now, I do feel like you got a young buck or bucket coming in. Somebody that may be trying to tempt you. Some of you, especially if you are in the public, I feel like you got people sliding into your DMs, PMs. Ooh, you look juicy. Let me hook up with you. Some of you have that energy coming in, but you already have somebody. You're like, I can't fuck with you because I got a man. I got a woman. You know, get out my DMs, but, you know, come back next week and flirt with me. I feel like there's a flirtation that's going on. Be careful, especially if you are involved with somebody else, because I feel like there may be some things that might get out. For some of you, you're going to get tempted, you know, especially if you're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and, you know, people are bored right now. And, well, shit, they were doing this before they were bored, where it's like, you know, I want to get with you. And they sending you all kind of dirty pictures and nasty messages and everything like that. And you're like, look now. You know, I can't. You know, don't do that. So some of y'all, you got a temptation that's coming in. And I'm just going to say, you grown people, do what you do. Protect yourself. Make sure that they're healthy. The Sun card is showing that you have some positive movement that's coming to now. This card always reminds me of New Orleans. For some of you, you may even be from New Orleans. You may be from the dirty South, or either you may be visiting. But I do feel like there's a move. I feel like there's something that's moving, and some of you are going to a bigger place or bigger city. Some of you may even be trying to start a business in New Orleans, or some place that is quaint, that has nice buildings, that has an old time feel to it. I feel a spiritual connection to the place that you're going towards. So for some of you, you may have family there, ancestors that are calling you, like, come. You know what? Do it. Visit first and get the lay of the land. See how you feel. Every time I go to New Orleans, it's like, oh my God. It's conflicted, because sometimes I get in there and it's like, oh, my people, the energy, the food, the music. And then sometimes I get some of them old nasty spirits that make me burn up the whole time I'm there. And I'm like, fuck y'all, I ain't coming back. But I always go back, because that is home. So for some of you, you may be led somewhere, and it may be because that's where you're supposed to be. Now, pay attention to spirit. When in doubt, sit with your spirit, sit with your ancestors. What do you want? Where do you want me to go? But I definitely feel like some type of spirit or ancestor is calling you to a particular place, and it's because that's where your power is. People don't realize sometimes we move different places, but that's not where our power is. Spirit is like, come here. This is where you're going to be stronger. So pay attention, and if you feel led, do it. Don't make excuses anymore. You got good things coming in. You got jobs coming in with money. Something with stability. Your foundation is strong. Some of you may even be getting married, planning a marriage. I get anniversary celebrations, but I feel like definitely there's something that's going to be coming through. Some of you may even be marrying somebody where there's an age gap or something to it, and that could be why people are judging. Are you sure you want to marry this person? Are you sure this person is for you? So I do feel like there may be some conflict. But what the fuck? If you love this person and that's who they are, and that's who you want to be with, fuck them other people. Do what you want to do. You got one life. If anything, this virus should be showing people right now is you ain't going to live forever. So you might as well do what you need to do. Make yourself happy. Stop worrying about what other people are saying, Taurus, all right? You guys are strong. You know what you need to do. I think the thing about it is sometimes you just need to quiet that other voice that's like, okay, maybe, and just do it, all right? Love you guys. Stay safe. Mwah.